Going for the stump.
Oh my God! The atomic butt drop.
What's up, fight fans? Big Tone MMA here with Nino Beige again. How's the weather over there on the other side of the coast?
That's a real jerk question to ask me right now, but I ain't even here to talk about it. It's cold, man.
We have some new wrinkle to the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather ordeal today. There's apparently
we got to start saying that the right way too. We gotta start saying it the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight.
Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor. Oh, I was calling it what was I calling it? May Mac.
Hey, as long as you put the money in front, it don't matter.
I'm just catching Mayweather's Mac. I don't know.
Hey, it sound like some type of dope Thanksgiving meal.
But anyway, there's been some new details. Front Row Brian saying that he confirmed there is a hold on T-Mobile Arena in Vegas on June 10th for a boxing match. Apparently, Floyd, in a follow-up tweet, he says Floyd is the one who reserved it, and he seems to be the guy that's kind of putting in all the work on this. What are your thoughts on that? You know.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you know that I have a lot of thoughts on this, but the main thing I would say is everything that you just said corresponds with the fact that Floyd has already come to terms with the UFC. So you can't put a hold on a building unless you put money down. You won't put money down unless you already have a reason to believe that it's a serious situation that's about to come from you putting your money down. So if Floyd has already had a conversation with the UFC that leads him to believe the fight can be made just on Conor accepting the fight, then all these things can happen, which will lead Floyd to go and have interviews and start to get more abrasive with how he addresses Conor and things like that. Because Floyd's statement has always been, "You're not your own boss. I'm not going to negotiate with you first." You know what I'm saying? He's always...
It's a smart move.
Yeah, he's always addressed Conor like you're a worker, you know. So which is infuriated Conor. And when I talked to Tom Egan, my fault. When I talked to Tom Egan, who used to train Conor and one of his childhood friends, he said that Conor used to look up to Floyd, and that one of the things that he looked up to Floyd about was that he promoted his own stock. Now, if you remember when Conor fought at UFC 205, the first thing he said when he finished was, "I'm going to talk to the new owners about getting part of the company," which would then allow him, which in his mind, I think, he thought would give him some say-so on what he did. Well, I think we found out, and I told somebody this on Twitter, that remember when Conor had that personal pay-per-view, come listen to me talk about me event?
Exactly. And Helwani and everybody there.
Yeah, and Ariel and everybody decided to cover that as if it was the deal, rather than even covering a UFC event that was going on. Anyway, not to belabor that point, because that's a whole other topic that you and I can talk about.
It's a picking contest, basically.
It's pretty much. So, what we learned was that Conor had a rant where he was like, F the UFC, F boxing, F Floyd, he was set. I believe what he learned at that time was that he could not get out of his UFC contract. And in his negotiation, because the whole agenda up until this point, him taking time off, him getting a boxing license, all these things were the moves of a man that thought that he would have his own decision to make. It would be his decision to decide what he did, why he took this break. Correct?
Just to point out, he only got his boxing license in California. He did not get it in Nevada yet.
Right. But see, now here's the funny thing. I believe him getting his boxing license in Nevada was not getting it in Nevada was about him again asserting himself. Remember he said, "I won't fight Nevada again."
Yeah. You had that whole brush up with their
right.
I think the main the lady that he had problems with left.
Yeah, she got removed.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like when Conor, at the very beginning of this whole ordeal, saw himself as being on par with Floyd. So why would you get your boxing license in Nevada, knowing that that's Floyd's hometown? Why would you, if you look up to Floyd, secretly, quietly look up to Floyd, but you see yourself as on par, but you see yourself as the A side, and you think you're going to have some negotiating power in this situation, and then you come to find out that you don't.
I can't imagine he thought he was the A side here. I mean,
he 100% thought he was the A side.
Well, that's just insane, because I mean, Mayweather is worth, what? It's not even close.
See, the thing is though, when if you're Conor McGregor and you're sitting down and you're looking at the pay-per-view numbers and you're saying, my last 4 fights did this, your last 4 fights did this. If you take out the Manny Pacquiao fight, which broke every record there is, your last 4 fights don't compare with my last 4 of them. Because
I guess
that's a legit argument coming from that camp. But at the same time, he also thought that he would be able to negotiate on his own behalf, which he can't.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that doesn't mean anything now. All this you thinking you were the A side doesn't mean anything now, because Floyd Mayweather came to terms with the
WMG, yeah.
Whatever the thing is on the back of your phone, that's what they came to terms with those guys. The SIM card. That's what I call those dudes. But if you remember, Tone, when he said that he was going to take a break, he said it was for the birth of his child. He would come back sometime around May, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when Floyd Mayweather normally fights in May.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So the UFC then, understanding that the whole time they've been talking to Floyd, and all this consternation going back and forth, that's just how Floyd feels fight. And Dana does the same thing. Dana lies to us, the public, all the time. So
yeah, you could pretty much go in the opposite direction of whatever he says.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be right.
When he told Floyd, "I'll give you $25 million," that was in a weird way, that was Dana telling us this fight won't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
basically him saying he's down to do it, and then he's down to dollars.
Exactly. So all of this stuff that we were talking about, man, look, Roy Jones wouldn't be sitting at a UFC event while Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia are fighting if there wasn't some reason for him to be there. If he hadn't already been in a UFC company space, if he had already been talking to UFC decision makers, why would Roy Jones be sitting ringside at a UFC event when the biggest boxing card of the year is going down, for the most part, between two of the biggest names in boxing, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, undefeated fighters fighting for belts? Why wouldn't Roy Jones be there? Because Roy Jones wants to fight Anderson Silva. It had to be something personal for Roy. Roy Jones has been trying to fight Anderson Silva. He's been clamoring to do it on the undercard of Mayweather McGregor.
Yeah, that would make sense to have another boxer.
You gotta have another spectacle fight.
Yeah. If they're not gonna do straight up UFC or straight up boxing on the undercard, then they're gonna have to do another freak fight.
That's the thing, because you can't. What you gonna do? You gonna put an octagon in the ring?
I think Bellator has done something. They've done the kickboxing and they've done the cage MMA in one of them.
They have both at the same time in the same arena.
They do some. I would have to go back and watch and see how they transition, but somehow they transition. I don't think they're gonna do that with you. They've never done that in the UFC, so I don't see that.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that the way everybody is moving, and the only person
let's talk about the movement that just happened recently. I mean, Mayweather announces he's no longer retired, right? Comes out of retirement, and then he proposes that he wants to fight in June, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now the venue is apparently on hold. I mean, how do you interpret all that?
I don't know if you listened to my podcast, man, but I said, about 48, 72 hours ago, whatever it was, I said that I'm pretty sure this is going to happen. It's mostly because the way because Conor's quiet.
Well, so you're thinking it's all just hung up on Conor not signing the paperwork?
Conor's acting like a man with a lot on his mind. Because he's not saying anything. When Conor was
pretty eerily silent. Besides that, after that pay-per-view he did, it's been radio silent.
He's been quiet.
Yeah.
So it's the same. Remember how he reacted when the UFC pulled him from UFC 200?
Yeah.
There was a lot of posturing with the fans. That's how he knows how to move. He knows how to move through his fan base. You know what I'm saying? He'll do an interview. Now, right now he's acting like a man who can't do anything without the UFC say so. Like he realizes now, like, I can get spanked. And if I get spanked right now, it'll mess my money up. Because the only way he realizes the only way he's going to get money is through the UFC.
And what kind of cut do you see? I mean, I would imagine that the UFC is going to take a large chunk of the 100. I think Floyd. I mean, the court seems. The ball seems to be in Floyd's court, and he said 100 million. So if it is the 100 million, that's an easy number to work with. I mean, I would imagine the UFC is taking a large chunk of that away and leaving Conor.
I mean, I would think that the UFC would tell Conor, like, look, you're not going to get this money without us. This fight don't happen without us. We gave you the platform to be who you are. This is going to be bigger than Pacquiao, Mayweather. You can get 40. You can get 50%. We're going to take 40 off top. We'll pay you the remainder of 60. You know what I'm saying? But once we make sure, once we do everything that we got to do to promote off of this and make you bigger, you know what I'm saying? We put together like if they're gonna have some kind of BS reason, but they're gonna take at least 40% of this money.
At least 40.
Yeah.
I was thinking on the other side of it. I was thinking they were gonna take 60.
Nah, they wouldn't. I don't think
40 million like doubles his net worth though. I mean that's
yeah, it does. But at the same time, you also gotta think about it like this. You can't make the dude not want to do the fight.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You can't like Conor is a very powerful man. You can't wave it in his face that he's a slave. He's already dealing with that now. In his mind, like, I put this company on my back for a year. You guys made more. You went for $4.4 billion, and now you're telling me you're gonna hit me. You're gonna hit me for what taxes are gonna hit me for, and then taxes are gonna hit me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but the thing is, the sport's fine without him. Like,
yes, the sport is fine without him to a degree, but UFC. In my opinion, man, the UFC won't be where it needs to be without Conor unless Conor loses. Like Conor can't lead the game like GFC did, because then they're gonna need somebody to come and replace Conor, and that's gonna be really hard to do. That's gonna be real hard to do.
Yeah, they're gonna need. Well, I mean,
they
it didn't
need,
work out so well with Anderson either, but.
I mean, Anderson was a star in his own right. You know, he was there during the golden age of champions. When he was on top, it was champions that who's gonna beat GSP, who's gonna beat Anderson. You know, then John Jones came through. You know, so it was like this. You know, Kane was dominant. it was all these dominant. The champions were dominant. Now, if a champion defends 3 times, he's amazing. You know, so
he had what was it, 10 straight, right?
Yeah. I mean, and GSP had a long run too. So I mean, you know, John had a long run. You know, Kane when he's healthy, we expect Kane to win. You know, there's a lot going on with the UFC as far as trying to figure out who their stars are. They're trying to manufacture all these stars and people keep falling short. You know, I mean, that's why Lando was pushed where he was pushed and he fell up. He messed it up. You know what I'm saying? So, not trying to get too deep into it, I'll just say this. In my opinion, Conor McGregor has a decision to make whether or not he's going to let his pride keep him from changing his son's life. Because right now, Conor has enough money for him. Maybe. For a couple of years.
I don't know. He's blowing it fast.
That's what I'm saying. The way he spends money, he's got enough money for him for a couple of years.
He spends money more than he spends money like he's a boxer, not an MMA fighter.
But see, he's making boxing money.
Yeah.
He's making boxing money.
He's making money.
He spends money like Floyd.
Yeah, he spends. What I'm trying to say is he spends more than he's got basically, and it's not going to last.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he spends more than he's got because that's hard to do.
I'm saying he spends more like every year he spends more like.
You think he spent more than $15 million last year?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like every year, by year, he's spending more than what will last.
Oh, so what you're saying is the amount of money that he has that will actively work for him, he spends more than that.
Yes.
I got you. You were economics on me just now. I didn't understand you were talking about. You know what I'm saying? You went rich dad, poor dad on me just now. That's crazy.
No, I wasn't trying to get all of no. But back to the.
I got you.
Back to the fight. I mean, like, I don't know about your opinion, but it's just mind blowing to me. And I said the same thing on Twitter. Like, the same people that want to see this fight so bad are the same people that fucking hated Mayweather and Pacquiao. And this fight is going to be just as boring, if not even more boring than that.
Nah, it won't be more boring. It won't be more. It'll be awful, but it won't be more boring.
It's just going to be a mess.
He won't risk. Once he figures out McGregor's timing, he won't be as cautious with Pacquiao. I mean, with McGregor as he was with Pacquiao. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of reasons for that. It's a lot of reasons. Like the dude's instincts, and I think Conor taking time off to work on his boxing. Period. Like, you gotta get, if your instinct
is... video of him boxing?
What, a long time ago? When he was, Chris Van Neerden or something like that?
No. But on his Instagram, it's maybe a couple months old. You didn't see that? Oh, you gotta see that. It's pretty brutal.
Is he doing work, or does he look bad?
It just looks sloppy. Like he doesn't... It looks like he's trying to do a promo or something, but his form is just so. And he's wearing boxing gloves too. He's not doing like MMA, you know. He's got like
it's different. It's different, and that's what Floyd knows. Floyd knows, and everybody else that's a professional boxer. And people like Freddie Roach are saying crazy things or whatever. Look. He hates Floyd Mayweather. So anybody that wants to fight Floyd Mayweather, Freddie Roach is all about the beat. You know, that's just keep 100. But we both know that there's a difference between 4-ounce gloves and 8-ounce gloves. There's a difference between how you block with those gloves on.
I think the block is a huge thing.
It's a huge thing. If you can't hit Floyd, you can't beat Floyd. And if Manny Pacquiao could barely get punches off on Floyd, please tell me how you think Conor McGregor is going to get...
Yeah. Like, how is he going to hit him? But the other thing is he barely has the gas tank for 5-minute rounds. How the hell is he gonna go 12 3-minute rounds? Is what I want to know.
Well, I'll say this, man. One thing I take a lot from Conor. You know what I'm saying? I have in the past, but one thing I can say is when he wants to show up and he's serious, he shows up, and he has huge heart and he has huge belief in himself. So what I don't see him doing is I don't see him going out there and just taking a piss. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him going out there and just not trying. You know, just going out there getting comfortable getting his money. So he's gonna try to knock Mayweather out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna look for that left. Is this gonna be him looking for his left the entire fight?
And that's now we get to the real problem of the fight. You only have two weapons in boxing. Two. Now, if I'm Conor, I'm kicking you, Floyd. I'm just gonna kick you. I'm gonna, stop the fight, whatever. Unless it's in a contract or something. But if it ain't in a contract, I lose my money. If I kick you, I'm kicking you. Or at least I'm picking my feet up, making you think I'm gonna kick you. I'm doing something. I'm cheating. You know what I'm saying? Because the fight ain't fair for me at all.
The
if I'm Conor.
Sucker punch KO'd like Caesar.
I mean, maybe he does, man. What I'm saying is, like, it's going to be something. I feel like the fight is going to be something where the public is looking at it and like, I can't believe I just spent $100.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to be boring. It's just going to be one of the things like, that was terrible. It's going to be a lot to talk about.
Like, if you're saying it's going to be so terrible, it's going to be entertaining almost.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I can get on board with that. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, let's talk about, if you will, the merits of the actual reasoning behind making this fight and why it shouldn't. If this was you're taking somebody who's never had a professional or an amateur boxing match, and you're putting them in a cage, or you're putting them in the ring with the best boxer of an era, of a complete era, hands down. You may not want to call him the best of all time, or whatever, fine. But you can't argue that after 2004, he's the best boxer alive. 2004 and now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not the one to argue with about that.
So when we as smart men, if we smart man the situation out, they shouldn't even make this fight.
No, not at all. But money, cash rules everything.
Exactly. Dollar bills, Tom.
That's right.
It is what it is, man. I mean, look, I think the fight's going to be made. I think that the people around Conor, like John Kavanaugh, he's saying he thinks that people are like, the fact that John Kavanaugh doesn't know if the fight's happening or not says that the fight is happening.
Yeah.
Because if
what do you think? I mean, Kavanaugh. I mean, how does he view this as? I mean, I guess he just sees this as money too. I mean,
Kavanaugh can't teach him how to box Floyd. So why would Kavanaugh know what he's doing?
Yeah, it's just. Well, I think Floyd. Who does Floyd? Floyd wanted Conor to train with someone specifically. Which
no, it makes so much sense though. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the fight has already been agreed upon a long time ago. They made a deal to keep it quiet, not come out, let build up happen. I mean, because here's the thing, Floyd knows how much Skip Bayless hates him. Floyd knows that Conor is Skip Bayless' new favorite fighter. Calls him the baddest man on the planet, all that stuff. So Floyd knows all he has to do is say his name. Yeah, all he has to do is say Conor. He's going to get free press, free publicity, free promotion from FS1. If he wants to do an interview on ESPN, when they them two sit side by side on screen, and they do the simulcast, the way you had Cody and Dominic. Once they do that, that's all the promotion they need. They don't need to They don't need to build it out.
Well,
Everybody's already talking about it.
Are you talking about the Undisputed show or the ESPN First Take?
I'm talking about anything. Once they
Max Kellerman is actually does believe that Conor McGregor has no chance against Mayweather.
Yeah, he does believe that. I mean, because Max is definitely a boxing guy. I mean, and Stephen A. Smith will tell you the same thing. So I mean, what we talking about right now is whether or not the fight is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Too many money reasons why it
Too much
will happen.
It's way too much.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get to a point where Floyd is sitting on a stage talking to whoever, telling arbitration, I'm coming out of retirement for Conor McGregor. Let's do it in June. Sign the papers with the UFC. That's punching him right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's telling everybody, like, it's probably gotten to a point, either they've already agreed on it, or Floyd is tired of working now, knowing if he's working towards something. Because Floyd's in the gym.
Yeah.
There's no reason for Floyd. Like, you don't call somebody out for a June date in the beginning or in the middle of March unless you know you're about to fight. That's like training camp. 10 weeks, 12 weeks training camp. Those kind of things. Boxers need that. Floyd is 40 years old. He needs his whole training camp. So it's like
40 and hasn't fought in a
yeah, he needs all his time. Yeah, he needs all his time. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we said all that. You know, I said all of my points, man. I just think that the fight's going to happen. I think that it's going to be, like I said, a spectacle. It's not going to be a good fight.
It doesn't have any negative blowback on MMA as a whole.
I think that's what the UFC was preparing themselves for when they were trying to get Khabib and Tony to fight. Like preparing it to be where you were excited about the whole UFC and the whole list of fighters and list of fights that they had. And when Conor comes back, it's not like Conor's coming back, and if Conor loses, it's good for you because you've already built up these other fighters. If Conor wins, it's okay because you're going to set him up to keep. He's going to have to fight real fighters now. Mm-hmm. When Conor comes back, he's going to have to. He's not going to get to. Yeah. He's not going to get the cherry pick anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to fight Tyron Woodley, or if you want to go for 170, we're going to force you to go for 170, but you're going to fight. You're not going to be able to you're going to have to go through 170.
Yeah.
I think that's their attitude coming towards him now. I mean, because he's already showing he thinks he's bigger than the sport.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, when somebody gives you a spanking, when you thought you was the man, it puts you on pause a little bit. And the only time he's been quiet like this is when he didn't know what to do for himself. Not when somebody was moving against him, he felt like he was in the right. But when he didn't know what to do for himself, that's when he got quiet. That's when he started, like the last time somebody did something to do didn't like, he threatened to retire, remember?
Yeah. I mean, he did. I mean, like, he didn't really retire. He did the MMA retirement.
Yeah, I'm done.
Now,
I got my money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, man, it's I think that his emotional volatility is the only thing keeping this fight from happening. Like, he wants to feel like he's on level with Mayweather. And realizing that he's not has put that's the only thing that's keeping the fight from being announced as of right now. Because I mean, you gotta think about it. June ain't that far away. So if you gonna have a fight this big, and you want it to be big, or you don't need to build it up, you still gotta. June ain't one of them months where ain't nothing else going on. June is NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? June is graduation from college. Like, it's a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on in people's lives in June. So they trying to do. I also think that this has a lot to do with the UFC not wanting them to wanting them to do something to help build up International Fight Week, because that's the biggest event for the UFC.
They want it far enough away from International Fight Week that it's its own thing, but they still want it to be before. And they don't want it in September or whatever. I don't know why September is going to start around so much, but
September is Floyd's other month. It's May and September. That's
but someone threw out a specific date. They were like September something.
17th.
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, where the hell
that's
is this number?
That's because Izzy's an idiot, and he likes
that somewhere else. He got that from somewhere else.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that somewhere before he even posted that.
Yeah, because he's still an idiot. You know, don't get lost on that truth. Izzy is an idiot. But the other thing,
don't worry, he won't listen to this podcast anyway.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, man. Moving on, man. I think that September is an easy, like, people know Floyd fights in September, so you look at the calendar, you figure out when the holiday is, and then you pick September 17th. That's how that happens. You know what I'm saying? You pick a date in September. That's all. You know, I mean, it's not hard. You pick a Saturday in September, and there you go. Let me ask you something, man.
What? Shoot.
Can we talk about what happened Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I have a fighter that I want to see get beat up more than Kevin Lee. How do you feel about him?
Why you got to come out with the hate right away? Like,
hey man,
I think he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's building himself up. He's taking out some highly ranked guys, and he's made everybody hate him. He's doing what he needs to do to make himself. I mean, that's a tough debate. The lightweight division right now is a motherfucker. Like, you have to be acting like how Kevin Lee is acting to get anywhere in that division.
Dude, I think it's more so because of his tweets, man. He tweets some stupid stuff, man.
Oh, he's
like, I did agree with him on the Tyrone Woodley thing. He said right message, wrong person, or wrong way. I don't know if he said right message, wrong person, but he pretty much said the Tyrone Woodley's going about what he's doing the wrong way, but he's saying the right thing. So, I agree with him on that.
24. I mean, you know.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. But I mean, but when he said he's like, don't say, let me ride with you, but don't make me feel stupid for riding with you if I'm going to ride with you. I was happy he got the win to a degree, and then he immediately made me regret it. He said, look, man, Khabib, let's fight.
Yeah, that was dumb as well.
What?
That's like
your fans won it, my fans won it. Who?
It's better than these guys who get up there and they ask him, do you have anybody in mind you want to fight next? And they're just like, you know, whoever the UFC throws at me, I'm cool with it.
Hey, no. You weren't ranked before you fought Saturday. You don't get to not be ranked, beat the guy you just beat, and then call out Khabib. You don't get to do that.
That's stupid, but I still think these guys who just like, I'll take whoever they want to give me, doesn't matter, like, come on.
But you know what though? Seriously? I learned that some guys have, like in their contracts where they can actually pick who they fight. So when they say certain things like that, it's like some guys, because they put on good fights, not because they win, but because they always put on good fights, they can fight whenever they want.
Yeah, so the legends too, like Shogun, I think he kind of hinted at that in his press conference.
Yeah,
I got a manager and he's the one who sets my fights up, so.
I mean, it's like some fighters get in the octagon, they're like, man, look, I don't want to say nobody's name, you know what I'm saying, because that might not be what the UFC wants from me. So let me just say, I'm going to be willing to fight whoever you say, so I can get a fight quicker.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? I think some dudes everybody can't be, everybody can't be that dude that's calling out people because they just might not be in the position. But no matter what you say, we're not giving you that fight. Like, Kevin Lee's not getting Khabib.
I think I'll chalk it up to him shooting for the what is it? Shooting for the moon, getting the stars, whatever the fuck that is.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. What lightweight would you want to see him fight in the top 10?
What lightweight would I want to see him fight in the top 10? Plenty. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's gonna make no mistake about it. He's gonna be ranked when they update the rankings. Right.
That's what I'm saying. So like, okay. Here's what happened and what I believe happened. When I say here's what happened, I feel like it's facts, but I have no clue. But the thing is, I believe that Artem Lobov jacked up the whole deal for people calling out fights. Like Archie said, I want to fight Cub in a tweet and got him.
I feel like that had to have been something in McGregor's contract, or I don't even know.
Dude, it's no way. There's no way that Dana White thinks like that's a good fight. He just had probably the fight of the year with Dude, and then you put him in with Artem.
It's funny because on that same card they have Eddie Alvarez, number 3, which would have been a great fight for him. Sorry, my bad. They have Frankie Edgar. What did I say?
Yeah.
They have Frankie Edgar on
Frankie and Yar.
On the next card after that, they have Frankie Edgar, and they have
Yar Rodriguez.
Yeah, they have all these. Yeah. So it's like, why are you doing this? Like,
dude, I told you, it can't be for no other reason but to set them up. It can't be for no other reason. There's no other reason you get a guy like Artem, he's 13-13, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's no reason you take Cub from that, and Cub is happy about this fight.
There must be there's some money there.
Bro, it's gotta be, either it's some money there or they're like, yeah, you do us the same way Masvidal is happy now. There's some conversations going on in the back office of the UFC where they're telling fighters like, look, dude, we need this dude shut up. We need this dude to not be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need this dude to be quiet. Yeah, dude. I wanna tell Masvidal he needs to change his name to Mercenary. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen some good photoshops with him on the video game Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some good photoshops of like his face like put on the Hitman character.
Or Agent 47.
Yeah, with the ballers.
Oh man, that's cool. That is pretty. I'm gonna look for that. But I told you, man, I think they're gonna set it up that Masvidal fights Conor at 170 first. I think that's coming.
Masvidal Conor?
Yep. Because Masvidal in a very short, if Masvidal gets past Maia, Masvidal will either get a title shot or he'll get Conor.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I mean, what were your thoughts on some of the other fights? I mean, I thought the Shogun fight was awesome. Yeah, I love that one because that was a stand and trade.
Just rocking sock'em. I thought. Did you like Betts' fight?
Which one? Sorry.
Betts. Claire, did you like her fight?
No. Well, I mean, I liked the fight. I didn't like the outcome, but I liked the fight. It was fun.
You didn't like the draw?
Nah, well, I never liked draws, but it just didn't sit well with me.
I dig it. I mean, for real, I was glad that it was a draw. Cause, I mean, honestly, man, you seen me too. I need Casanano back in the octagon. So the more people that are in the good graces in the women's division that are able to get a shot or able to give her a fight, I'm down. I think I want her to fight back. He wants to fight back. I want that fight to happen. So I'm glad that he didn't lose. Just for that fact. Like, I want Kat Zingano to be the one to drive her through the octagon floor. Some kind of way.
You're playing the long game here. You got the long game going.
Hey, man. I mean, I'm trying to get her to an interview with me, too. So, there's that.
What do you... Twitter cracks me up, though. Like, the overreaction... You know they have, like, overreaction Monday on football the day after? Like, UFC Twitter on Sundays, like, overreaction Sunday. Oh, my God. Like, we got, like, Barboza, like, jump Khabib, was, like, #1 contender in the lightweight division, and Kelvin Gastelum, 170, 185, 205, like, all the time.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about Kelvin Gastelum?
Yeah.
Please. Look, man, I've never seen a card that irritated me more with the winners than Saturday. Mostly because in this era, the overinflated belief of self is so quick to hit people. Like, Kelvin Gastelum went out there and said two things that contradicted him. He contradicted himself twice. So it's like, you come out and you say, I want to go back to 170. Then you say, I want to do a legend killer tour. You know? And then you say, I'll only stay at 185 if they give me Anderson Silva. Like, hold on, what do you want?
Yeah, he said
what do you want
in the conference afterwards.
Like, dude, I hope you realize you just fought an old man, and you asked to fight another old man. The old man you just fought just happened to say, I'm old enough, I have an idea, let's start an old man division. That's how old the dude you fought was.
I was listening to him and I was like, he knows there's Risen, right? Like, he can just go to Risen. Like, I was cracking up when he was saying all this shit.
Yeah, man. I mean,
he can go back to Japan. Vitor knows what's up in Japan.
Yeah, he knows. I mean, but I'm telling myself, Kelvin, man, like, you fought an old man, a super old man, who is ranked based off of what he did when he was on TRT.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
He's ranked.
He was in the top 10. He was number 9.
Yes, dude, he's ranked based off that.
That was crazy. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the last person he beat was Dan Henderson, right?
Yeah. Well, I had Vitor coming in just because I didn't think that the Gastelum was gonna be able to survive that blitz. I mean,
listen, Vitor never blitzed. He blitzed.
He did not blitz. No.
He blitzed. It was like I'm a tired blitz. No.
He doesn't seem to have any muscle anymore. Did you see
He's super soft, man. He's soggy.
Oh man, it's bad.
He's soggy now. Like he's been in the milk far too long. His cereal was bad.
You just can't take stuff like he took and then get off of it.
Nope. I thought your body going through too many changes. You got to pay for that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so to me, people saying this Kelvin Gastelum has, the only reason I said, there was a question on Twitter that said that we have a better chance of achieving a championship, whether interim or otherwise, at 170 or 185. And I say 185 because he can't make 170 enough to, like, he can't consistently make 170.
He's also, 170 is a little bit more, I guess, not really. They're both kind of clogged up.
I mean, no, 185 is super clogged up.
Yeah, they're both, so is 170 though.
No, 185 just became even more clogged up because they added GFT to 185 pitch.
He's got one fight there probably, and then.
Yeah, look, I hear you. It is both divisions, but I think his chances, he can't make 170 3 fights a year.
No, not at all. It was weird though. Like I figured he would have put on more muscle, but it kind of just all went to his stomach. Like he didn't.
He doesn't want to do that because in his mind, he's still going to go back to 170 one day.
I guess so. Yeah. I guess he's got some. I mean, maybe it's a pride thing. Like Dana told me I couldn't make 170. I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna get back down there and show him. You know.
Hey man, I like the kid, man. He's a God-fearing kid, good guy, nice guy. I'm pretty sure like if you're on the side of the road and your car broke down, tell the gas the number stop to make sure you're okay. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the kind of guy if you run out of gas, you give him the gas and he'll go to the gas station for you. He's that nice. He's that nice of a guy. He's also an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't stop eating. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is that a lot like there's no possible way you can tell me that your legs are that small, your stomach is that wide, and you don't realize that it's you. Yeah. It's not like you're not no powerhouse at 170. You know what I'm saying? What you are right now, what you learned is that you are fast for 185. And that's cool. That's good.
He's very quick. I mean, I ran a poll on Twitter and it was kind of sad because I put there's 3 available guys right now at middleweight, which is Rockhold, Silva, and Brunson. And
the people wanted to see him fight Silva, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's cool because people are not people want to see blood. They want to see blood, and for real, people hate greatness. Most fans hate greatness unless it's the greatness that they root for. So, right now, they got room for Conor and nobody else. We want to see our old heroes die. People are masochists, man. You know what I'm saying? People aren't good. Stop having faith in people. When you do polls, just be ready to be disappointed by the nature of human beings.
Who would you pick?
I pick Rockhold.
Rockhold?
Yes, and here's why. Because I am also a person who wants to see blood. I also want to see the person that I don't like get destroyed. I do. Right now, I don't like Kelvin Gaston. He's a nice guy. I would buy drugs out because he's from his sister or something. But at the same time, I want you to get picked in the chin and go to sleep for like 4 seconds. So you can then wake up and realize how stupid what you said was. People need to sit him down and be like, look, dude, you want to beat up Anderson Silva. Because he's old.
I mean, to be fair, he stole that from Chael Sonnen. But Chael Sonnen's an old man himself, so I mean, it's a little bit different. It is a little bit different. I mean.